Assalamualaikum and good afternoon. I am Siti, the lead auditor for today's GMP audit. So today's meeting is all about the audit that will focus on the warehouse area, which is the loading bay, which including the layout, the storage condition, the compliance findings, and risk management based on the GMP checklist provided. So today's objective of this audit is to verify compliance with good manufacturing practice requirements, which to identify if there is any gap and ensure corrective and preventive actions are in place when necessary. So each of the auditor will be cover a specific scope. We will begin with the site layout first, followed by the audit findings, risk assessment, and CAPA discussion. So the regulator will provide comments at the end. We really appreciate your cooperation throughout this audit.
Hi and good day, Doctor. I'm Yugdurka Bhaskaran. So today our group project is about loading bay, which is it's about our team. The first one is Nur Amalina. Second one is Isra Farhan. Yugdurka, it's me, and Balkis, and then the last one is Siti Fatima, which is they are our group members. So let's move to the next slide, which is it's about introduction for loading bay. For the introduction, loading bay is a critical entry point where raw materials and supplies are received before entering the manufacturing area. Proper control of this area is important to prevent contamination, mix-ups, and quality risks. This project involved conducting a simulated GMP audit on the loading bay to evaluate its compliance with NPRA, PIC, GMP guidelines. The audit focuses on clean liners, zoning, material handling, and safety practices documentation. The main purpose is about the loading bay is the current condition, identify any non-compliances, and proposes improvements to ensure a safe and controlled pharmaceutical environment. Moreover, we move to the next slide. It's about the executive summary. For the summarize, we can see here it's about executive summary. There are 4, which is purpose, key findings, and then risk level, and then a CHAPA summary. So first one is about the purpose. Purpose, we can see here the audit is to evaluate the loading bay according to NPRA and PIC GMP guidelines. We focus on checking clean liners, zoning, material handling, and safety practices and documentation. This helps to ensure that the loading bay operates in a safe and controlled manner to protect product quality. The second one is about key findings, which is the key findings is about the during the audit we identify several non-compliances. These includes issues such as clean liners, zoning, controlling, labeling, organization, some gaps in documentation. These findings show that improvements are needed to meet full GMP compliance. The third one is about the risk level, which is the risk level we can see classified from minor to major depending on how they could affect product quality. Some issues may cause contamination risk, mix-ups, or poor traceability if not controlled. So that therefore it is important to address these risks to maintain product safety and compliance. And the last key is about CHAPA summary, which is to overcome these problems. We propose a CHAPA plan. This includes improving housekeeping, clear zoning, better documentation, and staff training. With this corrective and preventive action, the loading bay compliance can be improved and operation will become safer and more efficient. That's all from me. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Nur Amalina. During the audit, several non-compliance were identified at the loading bay. First, there is no air curtain at the loading bay, which increased the risk of pest entry and contamination. This is a critical issue as it may directly affect product quality and patient safety. Next, the loading bay door was opened during unloading, exposing the material to dust, insect, and external environment. This was classified as major non-compliant due to the contamination risk. And the final non-compliance are wooden pallets were used in the loading bay, which are difficult to clean and may cause physical or microbial contamination. This also was considered as minor non-compliant as no direct product exposure was observed. To conclude, this finding indicate weakness in environmental control at the loading bay and require corrective action to ensure GMP compliance. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Isra Farhan bin Ali Aziz, and now I will be presenting the corrective and preventive actions, which is CAPA plan. So, the CAPA plan is designed to address the gaps identified during our audit of the loading bay facility. Our audit revealed that several key non-conformities ranging from minor to critical, which require immediate attention to ensure we meet the NPRA and GMP requirement. So, the primary goal of this CAPA plan is to strengthen our contamination control and ensure full traceability of all materials that entering our facility. Starting with our most critical finding, we observe a lack of acceptance at the loading bay. So this creates a high risk of pest entry and environmental contaminations. As an immediate containment steps, we are installing the heavy-duty PVC strips curtains for long-term preventions. The engineering manager will oversee the installations of these industrial-grade sensor-active curtains within the next 4 weeks. So we will verify the effectiveness of these installations through smoke tests to ensure the proper airflow and coverage by monitoring the pest control reports. Next, another major issue that we identified was the loading bay doors were frequently left open during unloading activities. This was caused by the lack of auto-close mechanism and staff bypassing procedures for speed. To correct this immediately, we have post keep door closed sign and include this risk in our daily huddles. So the warehouse supervisor will manage the installation of the high-speed automated doors equipped with the magnetic sensors and audible alarms. So we will monitor this compliance through CCTV spot checks and alarm logs over 7-day periods. Lastly, we identified the use of wooden pallets which pose a significant microbial and physical contamination risk. So this occurred because our current SOP did not explicitly ban wood. So we are immediately transferring all goods to plastic pallets and sanitizing all the contact areas. So the procurement and QA managers are now working and revise the material handling SOP and procure over 200 hastable plastic pallets to establish a permanent plastic-only zone. So through these actions, we aim to transform our loading bay from partial compliance to a fully controlled GMP environment. That's all from me. Thank you.
The warehouse and loading bay area is designed to support GMP compliance by ensuring a clear, one-way material flow and effective segregations of material status. Material enters the facility through the external dock and move into the goods receiving area, which is an unclassified area used for initial inspections, delivery note verifications, and cleaning of external packaging. At this stage, all materials are assigned as quarantine status. Quarantine materials are stored in a physically segregated quarantine area, which is restricted access and clear do not use labeling to prevent unintended use. Once materials are approved by quality control, they are transferred through a clean transfer airlock with interlocked doors, ensuring separations between unclassified and controlled areas and preventing cross-contaminations. Approved materials then enter the internal warehouse where raw and packaging materials are stored under controlled conditions for downstream operations. Overall, the layout minimizes the risk of contamination, mix-ups, and human error by enforcing unidirectional material flow, control access, and clear material status segregations in line with GMP requirements.
Hi, I'm Yugudurka. So thank you for to the audit team for the clear presentation. From a regulatory point of view, the warehouse generally comply with GMP requirements. However, the issue of unclear storage, segregation and documentation made attention. If this is not a control, it can lead to mix-ups and affect product quality. The proposed CAPA is acceptable, especially the actions to improve labeling, SOP and staff training. We accept the CAPA to be implemented within the agreed timeline and supported with proper documentation. Overall, the warehouse is compliant, but improvement is still needed to ensure long-term GMP compliance. Thank you.
Thank you to all auditors and the auditee for their cooperation. So to conclude, this audit identified minor areas for improvement with no critical non-conformances observed. So we will look forward to reviewing the CAPA implementation. So today the audit session is now concluded. Thank you.